What's up guys, and welcome to the very first episode of my brand new career mode for FC25, where we'll be beginning with Borussia Monchengladbach of the Bundesliga. So as I run you through the Monchengladbach team, I want to say hello, hi and welcome to anyone new to the channel. My name is Jonah, otherwise known as Docks, and I've been a FIFA/FC YouTuber since 2011. I'm also a massive football fan with a real passion for both the sport itself and the video game franchise too, playing and owning a copy of every single version since 1999, and yes, I am that old, 32 for those curious. I try my best to upload daily, so if you like your consistently uploaded career modes with an emphasis on building unique teams with youth players who become stars, then click that subscribe button and join my team as we begin our road to glory with Borussia Monchengladbach. So a brief history on Borussia Monchengladbach as well, so you know what team we're taking over here. They're a massive club from the west side of Germany, and they've won the Bundesliga title 5 times in their club's history, although their last one came back in 1977, and the 70s were the period where Monchengladbach were at their best. During this time, they've also won 3 DFB Pokal titles as well, their last one coming in 1995, so 30 years ago, their last major honour, and they've also won 2 Europa Leagues, both in the 70s, their period of most success, and they also got to the Champions League final back in 1977 as well, finishing runners-up to Liverpool. So it's a team with a lot of history. It's got a really passionate fan base. They had a bit of a decline in the 90s and the noughties, but they're now back in the big time. They've been in Europe recently as well, and now they're a mid-table club in Germany's top tier. So our job is to try and get them back to those glory days of the 1970s. But that will take some time. It's not a great team. It's all right. It's okay. It's definitely good enough to be a mid-table / top 10 Bundesliga side. But if we are to make the team better for the future, we got to sort this out. There's quite a lot of players here that are old on contracts, which, you know, they could run down if they want to. But our job really is to get them out the door and bring in younger talent for the future. So definitely our number one task is make this side younger with an emphasis on the future. And one of the reasons why I'm excited to use this team is because it will be a good challenge. They started with quite a small transfer budget. After I just released my youth academy players, we've got it up to 19.75 million euros. But as we know, in modern day football, that's not going to get you far. So if we are going to get a really good young set of players, then, well, the best way to do that is through the academy. We're always gifted 1 5-star youth star scout to start off with. And is there one here? There's 1 5-star judgment scout. We'll take him. That's Phil Ratman. And fingers crossed we'll have another 5-star judgment scout. No, we won't. So we'll wait a week till we get another one. But yeah, the academy in this save is going to be really important. So look out for those youth players. We'll have loads in this save. And there is some decent young talent here already as well. You've got Nicholas Vida, the young defensive midfielder. This is the best talent I think they've got personally. It's Pereira Cardozo. This is a young Luxembourg goalkeeper that's already got a few starts in the Bundesliga for Monchengladbach. I'm going to try and loan him out in the first season for first team football to get his overall up as well. You've got Herman, you've got the Croatian Noah Pesh as well, and the Italian defender Fabio Chiarodia as well. So there is some decent young talent here, and again, that's going to be our emphasis with Monchengladbach, making the side a lot younger and prioritising the academy and throwing those youngsters in the first team or getting them loaned out straight away. And the board objectives in the first season are very interesting indeed. You know, the off-the-pitch objectives we don't really worry about too much. We only really care about what happens on the pitch. It's a results business after all, but it's to reach the last 16 of the DFB Pokal, more than doable, but qualify for a European competition in our first season. That's incredibly tough ask that. I'm just looking for a top 10 finish. Last season in real life, Monchengladbach did finish in 10th, so with a 4-star team, that's quite a tough objective there. Another thing I like about, so already we've got an offer there for Liner. Preston have met their release clause, so with that being the case, I'll let him go to deep down if he wants to go. But yeah, one of the reasons why I really want to use Monchengladbach as well is they've got their real stadium in the game, Borussia Park, so 50,000 seats. It looks really cool with the neon green lighting as well. But also the kits, Monchengladbach's kits are so nice as well. So yeah, my first time using this team, again, it's got a great passionate fan base, really strong rivalries with Cologne, Dortmund, and of course Bayern Munich will be our main threats for German dominance in this save. But yeah, really excited for this, man. Should be a really fun project, and can't wait to rebuild the team. I wasn't actually planning on selling Stefan in our first season. He's a right back that's been here for a few good years now, but he says he doesn't see his future here. He's not happy being at the club anymore. So with that being the case, yeah, fine, let him go. The first season is going to be all about a rebuild here with Monchengladbach, and so even though we've got some decent players here that will be really crucial for us trying to hit those objectives of the last 16 finishing the cup and qualifying for a European competition, if anyone wants to go, quite literally in the first season, if anyone wants to go, that includes Julian Weigl, Player, Robin Hack, the best players in this team. Whoever wants to go, if they want to go, let them go. The first season is a total rebuild. Everyone has a price tag. No one has to stay here. And a week has passed. Was there another 5-star judgment youth scout? Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yes, there we go. 5-star, 5-star. Yannick Paul, perfectly. So we've now got ourselves an elite scouting team. Although one scout's 4-star experience, because judgment is the most important scout. So as always, with our scouts, what we do is we send one to the country we're managing and looking for homegrown local talents. Always for realism, but also for that kind of local hero feel as well. So we'll send our first scout out to Germany, West Germany, looking for some really decent talent. Where should we look in the first season from Germany? I want a good young defender as well. I think our back line needs to strengthen, no doubt about that. And I want a really decent young talent. Kia Rodia is definitely one for the future, and I want someone else as well, a local lad too. So let's go for a German centre-half in our first season. As for our second scout, well, if we were going to stay local, with Monchengladbach being very close to the Netherlands border and also Belgium as well, that's probably where we'd look next. I'll be honest, I was really excited to scout Luxembourg, because we mentioned earlier, Pereira Cardozo, he's that young Luxembourg goalkeeper. There's another good young Luxembourg talent here at Monchengladbach as well, but unfortunately, despite the fact EA have added loads and loads of new countries to FC25 to scout, Luxembourg isn't one of them. It's gutting as well, because Luxembourg have got some brilliant talent now. Some great players, Barrera, Martins. They're definitely a nation to watch for young talent. Unfortunately, not a scoutable nation in this year's FC25. Fingers crossed, touch wood, they'll become available in FC26. With that being the case, again, we're very close to the Dutch border and from Belgium as well. I've scouted the Netherlands quite a few times, but not Belgium very often, even though, as you know, over the past 20 years or so, they've had some elite talent in world football. Courtois, Kevin De Bruyne, Hazard. So with that being the case, let's go to Belgium for 9 months, not too far from Monchengladbach. And speaking of Hazard, let's look for a winger or a playmaker from Belgium and see if we can find the next Eden Hazard or Kevin De Bruyne from Belgium this season. And that's my third and final scout. Well, if we are going to keep it quite close to Germany and stay reasonably local when we're doing our youth scouting, one country I think we definitely should scout is from Scandinavia, and that is Denmark. And the reason being is very simple. When you think about legends of Monchengladbach, their biggest would of course be Jupp Heynckes, but what you might not know, and I didn't know this till I looked it up, is they also had a Ballon d'Or winner, their only Ballon d'Or winner in club history, and that was Alan Simonsen from Denmark during that legendary 1970s period, up top alongside Jupp. So let's go for a Danish striker, looking for the next Ballon d'Or winner, the only Danish player that's ever won it, the only Monchengladbach player that's ever won it. Maybe we'll find someone new out of the academy. So our 3 countries this year are going to be Germany, Belgium and Denmark, staying quite local in our first season. So just loaned out 5 of our young talents. We got Kia Rodia, that's the young Italian defender going to Braga in the Liga Portugal. Noah Pesh, a Croatian young winger, is off to Darmstadt in the second tier. Nicholas Vida, the youngest of the players, off to Frosinone in Italy. Charles Herman has gone to Fratton Park in Portsmouth. Very interesting loan deal there. And like I said, this might be the best talent of the bunch. That is the Luxembourg goalkeeper Pereira Cardozo. I've loaned him to Inter Miami, so facing shots from Messi in training is definitely one way to get his stats up quickly, as he'll be thrown in the deep end area with one of the greatest players of all time. I also sold Alassane Player as well. That's the French attacking mid / winger / striker to Galatasaray. Even though he's one of the highest rated players here, like I said, no one is off the table. This is a rebuild, so happy to sell anyone for the right price. He's off to Galatasaray. We'll take the cash there and aim to reinvest in some young talent. So our budget out to 19 million. Let's go make our first signing. I want to have just sold that back up right back to Trabzonspor in Turkey as well as the clear out continues. Unfortunately, we've cleared out so much of the deadwood here. There's basically nothing left in the squad. I've got nothing left. So, got to go and make some signings. I would definitely say the defense as well, we should look to improve as well, especially at centre-half too. Now, I know we're scouting, looking for some great young German defenders for the academy, but I want someone that can come in and make a difference in the first team straight away. I'd like to bring Jordan Bayer back from Burnley, obviously helping Scott Parker's Clarets get promoted to the Premier League. Don't think I can do that though, even though Burnley would technically be a second tier team at this point in the save. They are of course Premier League side in real life. There's some great young talents from Belgium right now. You got Joel Ordonez at Club Brugge, who looks fantastic. 83 strength, 81 jumping already, just 20 years old and 6'2". And then you got Zeno van den Bosch at Royal Antwerp, 6'3", 21 years old. Decent strength and jumping and technically great as well. 76 long pass, 76 short pass. And as his contract's up coming the end of the year, we should be able to get him on the cheap. Good value for money, exactly what we need. Let's go bring Zeno in. Normally in my first season, I limit myself to 2 signings in the first transfer window, so this will probably be our first. Again, I look at the centre-halves here, and to be honest, I think all 3 can go. At the moment, we don't have the squad depth to sell anyone, but I want that young defender who may not be as good right now, but does have the potential to get better for the future. So we're going with a straight deal of, and again, because he's out of contract coming the end of the season, should be able to get him quite cheap from Royal Antwerp. We'll go 3.5 million euros. That will still give us plenty of cash left over. Even that will be a good deal, but I still think we can get him cheaper. Let's go 3 3/4 mil. Play hardball with the Belgians, knowing he's out of contract come the end of the season, and otherwise they're going to leave him for free. I'm sticking to that price tag, 3 3/4 mil. And I'm going to stick to it. I'm playing hardball. Guys, I hold the cards here. He's out of contract coming the end of the season. You don't want to lose him for free. You're not going to. 3 3/4 million euros. That will be a steal. I love working with small transfer budgets because it forces you to think outside of the box. Look in countries you normally wouldn't look in leagues you normally wouldn't scout. See if you can find a diamond in the rough, a hidden gem, if you will. And I would definitely say we have found one here. Don't know much about him, but definitely seems a good player for the future. And we'll certainly get some game time in this team. So coming in on a 5-year, 14 grand a week Euro deal. My first signing, Monchengladbach. Welcome to Borussia Park. Zeno van den Bosch. Yep, showing great potential as I expected he would. 21 years old, 6'3". And again, the thing I like about this guy is defensively, he's really solid, but passing is fantastic. He's got 76 short pass and 76 long pass already. In fact, his passing stats are better than his defensive stats. Welcome to modern day football. So a great ball playing defender. He'll slide right into our back line. And again, even though he's the lowest rated centre half out of the 4, he'll get the game time. In this team, we're prioritising the youth. Oh, and this is an interesting one. Now, we've just sold player to Galatasaray, and now they've come in for the captain, Jonas Omlin. Now, of course, we're prioritising that Luxembourg goalkeeper for the future, but to be honest, I'm not against selling him, you know. I'm not against selling him at all. It wasn't in my plans. I would have thought if anyone was going to be safe, it was going to be him. But to be fair, at 30... we got a goalkeeper almost just as good out of the academy. Nicholas is 4 years younger. Do you know what? I said it. I said it. No one's off the table. I'm going to sell him. Yep, I said it. Anyone that wants to go can go. No one is off limits in the first season. That includes the club captain as well. Jonas Omlin gone to join Alassana at Galatasaray. And that means we'll chuck Moritz Nicholas, the backup goalkeeper, in for the first season with our long-term plan. Pereira Cardozo out on loan into Miami. No one's off limits, man. It is a hard rebuild here. Everyone can go if they want to go. And so here we go. First 3 scouting updates of the season from Germany, Belgium and Denmark. Let's see what we got. From Germany, we shall continue the scouting on these 3 talents here. Belgium, we might have already found a couple of absolute superstars here, including a De Bruyne as well, who with 67 to 89 potential is ironically the lowest rated in terms of potential. But we'll keep scouting all of these guys for now. And from Denmark, looking for that next Ballon d'Or winner, we shall just continue scouting these 3 players here. Right, let's play our first game of the season and end today's episode on this aiming to get off to a winning start for our first year at Borussia Park, but a very difficult game to start off with. The champions 2 years ago, Bayer Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso's former team. So heading into this game, even though it's our first game with Monchengladbach, I will just take a point on match day 1 and not start off with a loss. It's going to be a long journey to get Monchengladbach back to the glory days, but realistically in the first season, I'm targeting a top 10 finish at best. Points in these games, even just one, will be seen as good results. Let's see if we can go and get it. Come on, Monchengladbach. Yeah, I would say in the first season, we're actually going to take a step back in terms of quality with the sales of a couple of our good players. But we'll take a step forward in terms of making our team younger and look better for the future. So it's all about that long-term project. You've got to buy into it. To begin with, yeah, we're going to be worse than the team we inherited. We're going to take a step back, but we know it's going to be 2 steps forward in the future. Oh! As Lucas denies, it's a dream start 9 minutes in. It's the long-term project. It's what rebuilding is all about. Short-term loss for long-term gain. Almost a short-term lead here as Rocco, who I've given the captain's armband to, Mönchengladbach Academy graduate, also tests Lucas. And this is the kind of start I was not expecting, but I'm liking to see. Let's do it again. Rocco stepping inside, going for goal. That's a terrible attempt and easily cleared. Last time Leverkusen were Bundesliga champions 2 seasons ago. Last time Mönchengladbach were champions it's nearly 50 years ago now. So a long league title drought for Borussia Monchengladbach. And as Palacios opens the scoring, I don't think we'll be starting off with a win and a statement made on match day 1. Like I said, we've got to take it in stages. It's going to take some time, and there's no doubt about it. Whilst we want to get Mönchengladbach back to the glory days, we're a long way off any kind of glory so far. Last time they won a major honour, mid-90s, DFB Pokal. My first season, I'm not even thinking about that, man. I try to be a top 10 team. There's Robin Hack just going to get away. And face to Hoffman. Second goal's come in. Den Bosch does well. He's had a good debut, to be fair, even though we have conceded. And, as Robin's pass is poor. I had a decent start to the game, but what a ball! Since then, I just haven't been able to match up to the class of Bayer Leverkusen. Victor Boniface makes it 2. Game over. Good night. There's levels to this. We're not at this level. Our aim will be to bring them back to the glory days of the 70s, but at the moment we'll be lucky to get even close to 70 goals a season, because I have to say this is going to be a really tough campaign for goals. I feel I'm not a big fan of Klein Denst up top. Of course, we sold player to Galatasaray as well, and in terms of creativity as well, I'm looking at the team and thinking, who's going to be that main guy that makes the difference at playing those balls through? As Boniface almost made it free and does on the rebound. Yep, harsh lesson taught on match day 1. We are a very, very long way off the calibre of these kind of teams. But it's a rebuild. Rome wasn't built in a day. Borussia Park is not going to be rebuilt in 1 season. It's going to take some time, but I would say already we're going to need some new signings and some good players out of the academy if we're going to avoid a bottom half or even possibly a bottom 3 finish. But that'll do it for the first episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you had a beautiful like, much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will return in the next one with the rest of the transfer window, aiming to improve on the team after our first new signing. We'll have more scouting updates and more games in the Bundesliga, looking for our first points with Mönchengladbach. Have a great day, guys. Much love. And I'll see you in the second episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode very soon.